These guys are just so great, honestly. Sometimes they just tell them to just sit down, have a rest.
Ta-da!
So this is your like your dream bike, is it, mate?
Bring it out here, huh? Yeah, it is. It's an absolute beast.
Hey!
Look at that.
Wow.
And I even noticed on the other day, it says, rather than saying Suzuki Advanced Cooling System, it says Suzuki Advanced Comical System on there. My dad took me to a motorbike shop when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. He was going to buy a brand new GSXR 750. I had one of these there right next to it when it was brand new. And obviously, you know, I would have been about that big. Fell in love with it and wanted one ever since. And 15 years ago when I came to Adelaide, I was just driving around because I had no idea where anything was. Saw a motorbike shop on Tappers Hill Road there, car cycle. Stopped, went in there, and there it was. It's been sitting there for 15 years with my name on it, and finally got it just before Christmas. For 35 years old, it's in good nick, isn't it?
Very sharp.
It's got 15 Ks on it.
Wow.
I guess the plans we've got for a lot of stuff this year now that we've got the dyno, you know, we're looking at doing like a lot more engine work and everything now that we can do all that in-house too here now. Like we can quote them up, do all the engineering work, machining work with Davo and everything on the lathe that we need to do for decking the barrels and whatnot. And then we can do our own dyno work, so we can do it all, you know, one-stop shop now, which is awesome. We're going to be doing a lot of that this year, like the 5 sort of things that we seem to be doing the most of is like the engine work, crash repair work. We're doing a lot of that. Obviously modifying the V-rods and different handlebars as well. And then we've also been doing a lot of stuff with YSS suspension lately. People with the dynos as well as the Softails, progressive suspension on the Softails with the remote preload adjuster. Last year I reckon we sold like a dozen sets of those. That just makes a massive difference to the twin cam Softail models. And there definitely is upgrades that you can do with the Morky 8 suspension as well, front and rear. But the twin cams now definitely those people are really jumping onto that, and it makes a massive difference. With the cam, like obviously the stage 1 kit on a normal Harley, they pretty much all leave dealership like that with the different air cleaner, exhaust system and a tuner put into them. And the stage 2 cam upgrade, so on a twin cam like this one, you need to pull it apart, push rods, cam replacement. On a Milwaukee 8, simple case of cutting the push rods, replacing the cam, bolting it back together. All the bikes need to be dynoed after that. So there is different cams that you do use for bikes like this, and there's a million of them out there, right? And the people read about this and read about that, and it's all good. It's all really well, you know, people to go do their research about that. You know, from rollyspeedshop.com where we buy all our parts from. We can see the link for that, John, in the description or something maybe. I don't know how you're going to do that, I've got no idea, but people can go on there and see about all those parts, and then there is different cams for different bikes and different exhaust systems and different setups and people, or what people want to do. There's 100 different cams out there, and there's probably 5 that we've recommended and that we work and that we use all the time, you know. A lot more older bikes this year, I think. So we've got that panhead that we're going to be doing up. We've got a rigid shovel that we're doing as well, and then we're going to be doing another bike for Dave, a hardtail sporty for him as well. So we're going to be getting the frame like a standard XL 1200 frame. Cutting it off, it's quite a popular modification, cutting off the whole back of the frame and welding in the hardtail kit. So we're going to be getting a frame jig here, a frame bench, like a big solid metal bench here, so we can line everything up and bolt it all in there and do all the welding and everything on there, which is going to be really cool. Looking at turning the workshop around a little bit, getting rid of that couch area, so there's more couch area out the front. And yeah, it's a massive year. We're going to have the dyno race series and everything again, which keeps us bloody busy. And you know, real good news about that drag strip getting built at Taylor Bent too now. You know, that's going to open up a whole different kettle of fish as well. People will be taking their Harleys down there and doing that. And Harleys aren't designed for doing any of those things, going around racetracks or going down drag strips. So as soon as you go there and race your mate, you want to go back there, you get hooked, you want to go back there and do it again, you want your bike to go faster than what it did at the time before. So with the dyno and all that now, it's awesome. I think good timing for all that to be happening. Well, the best thing about the Harley is that they come with that massive range of aftermarket and genuine product parts that you can get for them. Everyone's a different shape, different height, different length arms. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to change your handlebars, I want to put the handlebars on there like the same as they had the picture of when they were 10 years old, that bike on the wall at home. It's just everything is available. You know, you can have them 14-inch high, you can have drag bars on there, whatever you like. That's the best thing about having a Harley, is you can just completely make it your own. This year, you know, with the showroom and everything too, and bikes for sale, that we really want to start getting back into that, selling even bikes again and everything. Last year was just sort of taken up with moving and me being in hospital and, you know, all that few nightmares and everything that we dealt with this year, and more like, you know, accessories and stuff too, helmets and jackets and everything at the front of the shop as well.
Nick.
Yeah.
Harry. Sorry.
Evie.
Evie. So you thought you'd pop in for a visit?
Yeah.
Oh, good on you. And what are you doing on that one, Aaron?
Hey.
New handlebars, is it?
Yeah, new handlebars.
Sweet. What's that under there? What sort of bike?
I think it's a wrestling, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool shop.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love the tyres.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Whose bike's this?
Mine.
Where'd you get that?
On Friday.
Wow.
You came here straight away. Show us how high the seat goes.
Mate, you got some growing to do.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll come back.
Oh, thanks for visiting us, alright?
Got the sticker, good man.
And on the front.
Woo. Woo.
Mate, any kind of exhaust system upgrade is going to be beneficial over the standard pea shooters that they come out with. Like when you hear a standard Harley pull up now, it's like, oh my god, it's got a standard exhaust on it, because you never see one with a standard exhaust. Once you go to certain engine combos and whatnot, there is exhaust systems that are out there that are super popular, but once you start chasing horsepower and performance, you need to have that performance exhaust on there to make it all worthwhile. Putting the cam in there is definitely the best bang for a buck. You know, and then once you start going further and everything, it costs more and you don't get as much. Just put the cam in there is the best upgrade that you can do. This is a Kawasaki ZX7. We only work on Harleys, we don't work on Japanese bikes, which makes it a bit weird when people pull up the driveway and they see this and they go, nah, sorry, no Jap bikes. But this is one of mine. I had one of these when I was 18. My first stunt bike was one of these, believe it or not. I got it, went to the bank, got $10,000, which is as much money as they'd give me. I was probably earning $275 a week back then. And then went back to the motorbike shop where I worked at, bought the fastest bike I could buy. 10 minutes later, I was doing 270 kilometres an hour on it. My bib and brace overalls out the back near the paper mill, you know, seeing how fast it'd go. And oh mate, I smashed all the fairings off it. Then I put motocross handlebars on top of it and a little headlight off a dirt bike on there. My boss Glenn did all that for me. And then I did my first stunt show at Phillip Island. I think it was a World Superbikes in 2000 on a bike exactly the same as this. So probably 2 years ago when I was dropping a Harley off at a customer's house, I noticed this in his backyard there. And I begged and begged and begged for him to sell it to me and he wouldn't. And 6 months later he rang me up and offered it to me. So it's just something that, you know, I'm going to build it up. Davo's going to organised me an Oaklands rear shock for it. I put the Honda late model wheels in it. We've got the Oaklands front end, adjustable triple clamps. We've got carbon fibre brake discs on it, a real trick set of Brembo calipers. And I'm going to put an exhaust system on it and rear sets, race class fairing, a little endurance style headlight on it, like on endurance bikes. And obviously, I'm not going to ride around it, but it'll be on the road. But just something to keep my mind, busy and give me something to do on the weekends when the shop's shut. Work on more motorbikes, but these are really cool. I love these. Anthony Gobert had one back in the day. And when I worked at the Kawasaki dealership back then in the mid-90s, everyone came in and bought a green Kawasaki ZX7 and a green Anthony Gobert replica helmet, and that was just the era that I grew up in, I guess. And I love these bikes. They're awesome. And when that's done, I'll put that up on the shelf up there, and no one can touch it. And that'll be the end of that. And this year I've told myself no more motorbikes. I'm not buying any more bikes this year for me, so might even sell one maybe. Thinking about it. I want a speedboat, but I don't know. No, a gearbox upgrade is something that, like back in the 5-speed twin cam days, people would be putting a Baker 6-speed in there or whatever, but definitely not something that needs to be done these days. No, even all our race bikes, apart from us putting a chain sprocket conversions on them, basically so we can change the gearing. No, standard gearbox is absolutely fine. In saying that, people can break anything, Some people I gave my bike a hard time and everything, like when I had it. And same as Matt Mingay, like with his Sportster and everything, that gearbox has been his bike for 10 years. And it's got the same gearbox he's had it since he's got it. But there's other people that can destroy something within 24 hours. So once you've got the taste for it, I guess it becomes addictive, that you want that bit more, don't you? Like, oh, let's do that again next weekend. Same as $1 million bogan. Yeah, Danny, you. I better make sure I don't drop this bike, just because whenever you go near one, they fall over. I sold to Jeff back when I worked at Bikeworks. Kane Corns actually used to own this bike. So it's got some 103 pistons in it now, high comp pistons in it, a 259 cam. Maybe do a cam upgrade, a valve spring upgrade, and that'll get the thing really barking. Make sure I get my tattoo in every shot. Okay. So. I got a badass Harley tattoo. Bit more guts coming out of it. So that'd be another one going from the dyno too. It's so good having our own dyno now. We can do this, we can do that. We can muck around all our race bikes up there, and then everything that we talk to people, it's good. Backing it all up with our dyno numbers and the facts and everything coming off there. So it's all ours. We can do the whole job from start to finish. It's really really good.
Is this moving into the boating world, or?
No, we're not. I went kayaking Christmas Day, actually.
Did you?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah, right. Where'd you go?
Down at Garden Island.
Beautiful.
With the dolphins.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like, I hopped in this thing, and my balance is fine, but like, you really don't. Obviously, when you're sitting in a chair, this wheelchair is not going to tip over. When I sat in that, man, I felt like I was sitting on top of a bloody.
You were drifting.
A light pole, like any little ripple, I'm like, ah. You can see here, like, turn the motor around. You can see the crank here, see it's all smooth. And then the grooves in it. You got my tattoo?
Oh yeah.
You got my tattoo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty common thing, man. I let them sit, let the old girl sit around forever, and then the shitty fuel, go to fire back up again, pilot jets blocked. The fuel that's in there is fluoro green.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Nice.
So what will it be, like a silty sort of blockage, or?
Yeah, and the pilot jet, little pilot jet, which is the idle circuit, everything, that little jet will be blocked. So sometimes if you're going to store your bike, just turn your fuel off and let it run till it all goes, so there's no fuel in it. before we even started. Straight cable busted. Look at that crap, look at that turds in there. That's your main jet, but yeah. Oh, do you have my tattoo?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah.
Ready to have a look? Oh, not too bad. Good fluoro in there. Put everything in here. So that was the needle that was stuck in there. So that needle was stuck up in there, and obviously then the float's stuck. So that's when we had the fuel turned on, and the bowl drained off, no fuel coming out of it at all, because that's where the fuel shut on off in here. Smell it. It's just ultrasonic vibrations, believe it or not. Got my tattoo.
Whoops. There we go.
Thanks. And there's two settings, like strong or normal. Obviously we have it on strong.
Of course.
Always.
Where's the tattoo? Oh, over there. Yep. That's good. There we go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, please. Share it around, back it up on your own Facebook page, tell people to jump on board. The channel's really taking off. Like, I think it's going up 10, 20, 30 people each day with a couple of thousand views per day across all our videos, which is absolutely amazing. We get more feedback from the YouTube channel than anything, any other platform of social media or advertising that we're doing. So definitely jump on there and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell and give the page a share for us. That'd be awesome.